This week's episode of Your Hometown Kitchen is sponsored by Queen City Home Store.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Your Hometown Kitchen. I'm Brandon Dawson, and of course I'm here with the very dapper, the best dressed guy in Augusta, my co-host, Jared Ledger. Jared, how are you today?
Brandon, I'm feeling a little bit like Marie Antoinette.
Explain.
I want to eat cake so bad, I'm about to lose my head over it.
Wow. Well, we got the perfect guest for you today. Some people call him Mr. Sockwell. Other people in the streets, they call him the Cake Man. Let's go ahead and get our next guest on out here. We got Chef Sherod here in the building today. How are you, friend?
Cake Man. All right, doing good, man.
Excited to have you here. A quick backstory real quick about how Sherod made it here to the Your Hometown Kitchen a while back. I was looking for a birthday cake. It was my son's first birthday, and it was actually Dee, who works here at the station. Mm-hmm. She let me know about a story that Kim Vickers did, where you actually made a really cool birthday cake. Talk to us about that real quick.
All right, so it was customer had reached out to me, and her father was elderly, and he loved watching TV and the news, mm-hmm. and so he has his favorite couch he always sits on, and she wanted to know if I could make a replica of him actually sitting down with his long gray beard watching TV on his favorite sofa, and I did, and had news, the News Channel 6 logo.
I love it.
On the TV?
Yeah, on the TV. So it went from that. I found out about him. I reached out to him. I wanted to have a wrestling-themed cake, and the Cake Man delivered. He delivered. Very good cake. Sherod, we got a ton of questions for you today.
Okay.
A ton.
Sounds good.
First question, though, is the big one. Is what's on the menu today?
We have blueberry white chocolate cake. So I think, I know it's coming into the fall season,
right.
And just quickly I had an idea to do something that still had summer taste. So there's something, a new recipe I dropped. So
This is new.
Yeah.
Blueberry white
I
chocolate.
was going to ask about that. Blueberries are usually a summer thing, but do you consider this cake to be more of a year-round kind of cake?
It can be.
Yeah?
Yeah, it can. Yeah.
I'm very excited about that. Well, let's take it back and let's talk about how you got into cooking or baking. Where did all that come from? How'd you get started doing that?
All right. So real quick, when I was in high school, I enjoyed my grandmother's cooking and baking, but my favorite cake from her was her red velvet cake. Ooh. And so while I was in high school, around about 10th grade, I had the idea to learn all of my favorite recipes that she made, and that was from there how I got started. And then just real quick, as many people go off to college, I got a degree in biology, thinking I'm going into science, and yeah, I get out, and while I'm in PT school, real quick, I had a Valentine's Day was coming up, and so I had an idea to make some quick money, and put a little flyer out, made a couple $100, and then the epiphany light bulb went off that I may be on to something.
Right.
So
Yeah, this is what I need to be doing.
Yeah.
And so here you are now. Fast forward. I don't know if you guys can tell by the apron here. My guy's got his own
Soccer
business.
suits. Yes, sir.
And so, talk about your business. What is that, and what do you do?
Where did the name come from?
Yeah, let's talk about that too.
All right, so last name is Sockwell, and so I wanted something that, was kind of catchy and cool. And so this was what came up to me, Socky Sweet. So it has my name, but then it relates to what I do in the industry as well. And so that's pretty much,
That's where it all came from.
Yeah.
And so you've been doing that now. What has been the response from people? What are people normally saying? I know what I said. When I had the cake, it was a big hit. Everybody loved it. But what do people normally say about it?
Well, I make a variety of sweets. So homemade cakes, cheesecakes, wedding cakes, pies, cookies, brownies. So
Everything above.
So and even not just homemade, but even customized, just like your birthday cake. Or for your son was, that was more on the custom end, the fancy stuff. So, and I mean, been in business, I want to say I started taking it serious is about 2015, so give or take 10 years, and then 7 years now it's been full time. So there's, just real quick, there's 2 levels. So you have what you call home-based, I'm a home-based baker, but there's still rules and regulations, what they call the cottage law.
Okay.
That allows me to bake from home, and then of course, if I was actually in the storefront, then of course dealing more with DHEC and stuff. But you know, but there's still rules that from home base and things that that I have to do.
Oh man, again, we're excited to have you here today. We're excited to get you out here, and you guys, I feel like that's enough talk. Let's take it to the kitchen. Sherod, we got you here. Welcome to Your Hometown Kitchen, the most prestigious kitchen in the CSRA. We got a lot of things going on here, but I want you to talk to me about these ingredients that you have here to make this absolutely fantastic cake.
All right, before we get started, I just want to put it out there. I am team homemade, but to make it easy for those who are watching, I'm going to just make it easy for you. So today we have blueberry white chocolate cake, and so we have our cake mix, and we have our white chocolate Jello mix. Just to make it sure that it's moist, we have sour cream, a little bit of heavy whipping cream, got your eggs, vegetable oil, just a little flour, and of course we have our white chocolate, blueberries, and a little Pam to make sure the cake doesn't stick.
I love it. I'm excited because you know what? I'm a fan of everything that's out here right now. I love white chocolate, I love blueberries, and yeah.
Brandon, the ingredients are so simple. How can you go wrong?
Exactly. So you guys, when we come back, we're gonna let the cake man get to work here. We'll see you guys in a little bit for some more Your Hometown Kitchen. Welcome back to Your Hometown Kitchen. Brandon Dawson, Jared Ledger, and we got the cake man here in the building today. We're ready to get down to business.
About to prove why he's called the cake man.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. So without further ado, my friend, take it away.
Start with the cake box mix. So again, they got different brands, Duncan, Hines, Betty Crocker, but Duncan Hines is normally who I deal with. And so again, basic classic white. I'm gonna start with that.
Brandon, we have to thank these box cake mixes to begin with for the popularization of cakes. They came out in the 20th century. So people like Duncan Hines and Betty Crocker started figuring out how to simplify cake mixes.
Interesting. Wow.
And they were selling it as a shortcut to happiness.
Interesting.
And so we're providing you a little shortcut to happiness too, today with this cake recipe.
I'm excited about it.
All right, and then we
Jello.
white chocolate mix, so you get that extra white chocolate flavor.
Now, why Jello?
And actually, that's a good question. So there's a difference. There's instant pudding, and then there's cooked to serve. With this, I usually normally use instant. So and then it also helps make the cake a little more moist.
Yeah.
So I got
to get a little structure to it.
I got a couple of ingredients. So this cake should be super moist. So you'll see why.
So would you classify this as a pudding cake? I know there's a difference between pudding cakes and just regular cake in general.
Not necessarily, because it's got so many other ingredients.
Right.
So I wouldn't. I mean, technically you get by with that, but
Right.
I wouldn't.
I can take the trash.
All right,
Yes, sir.
very much. So I wanna know about. So you make a lot of very detailed cakes. We've talked about that, and again, we're talking about structure here, and you're all about you got some cakes that are like towered high. How long does it take you to kind of master that craft?
Well, it's been a process. So if you go to any of my social media platforms, I have collages that I've shown since like 2015 up to this year. You can see the progress I've made. So I would say God has blessed me with a gift. So some things I can just look at, just like this. If it was to make this 3D replica of this, I could pretty much look.
Can you make Your Hometown Kitchen set as a cake?
I could. Now that would take probably a few days, but yes.
Put in your order now, Brandon. All right, what else do we need to throw in to make this batter?
All right, so I made out a list, but it's almost close to being like a dump cake for the most part.
Right, yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I always like to add the sour cream in.
Sour cream it kind of does a similar thing to what the pudding does, doesn't it? Just
Yes.
helps lock in that moisture.
Moisture, yep.
Nice,
You got
very
it.
nice.
You know, sour cream, Brandon, is just like he's doing right now, is just a hack to make any cake that you make, even with a box mix, taste like homemade. That's an old-fashioned technique that people use.
Interesting.
So Grandma was ahead of the curve.
Oh yeah. All right, let me get that there. Just put that right there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just, like I said, we don't have the mix yet. I'm gonna add 4 eggs.
Love it.
So,
Love eggs. Let's go.
so like I said, this is a super moist cake, which definitely, you always want the cakes to look good, but people don't like dry.
You said this cake is new as far as ones that you've been making. So the few people that have tried it so far, what have they said about the finished product?
Pretty much nothing but rave reviews. So,
Nothing but rave reviews.
and like I said, I know it's coming into the fall season, but you know, being down in the south is always still kind of warm. So I wanted to just slide something in for the summer.
Yeah.
That still has that taste. And,
Yeah.
And I have my main, what I call like set of flavors that people love: red velvet, key lime, sour cream, pound cake. But this was just something that I wanted to do. So normally I would drop something different.
Yeah.
That, you know.
So we're just continuously dumping more stuff in here, right?
Yeah.
So now what do we got next?
So we got, I'm gonna do half a cup of vegetable oil. Make sure I'm looking myself. Yep, there we go.
There we go. Half cup in there.
And then I'm gonna do a quarter of heavy whipping cream. So all those greens, the eggs, the instant pudding, sour cream, a little bit of vegetable oil, and heavy whipping cream. Like I said, it's gonna be a super moist cake.
Oh, lovely. I'll take that from you. Little cap there. Thank
All right.
you.
Let's see. Yep. So
You are measuring that up to a T without looking.
There's so much
Yeah,
science
well,
involved in baking too.
and maybe because I'm on TV, but home, man, I've done it so much.
You just eyeball it.
Yeah, for the most part, and that's something to keep in mind. Like I always say that I even have that as a hashtag on my TikTok page, that baking is a science, because if they tell you just to do 1 tablespoon of baking soda, please, because if you do 3 or 4, when you put it in the oven, you're gonna have
Tragedy.
yes, you're gonna be in for a surprise. And so for right now, this is, like I said, it's pretty much almost like a dump cake.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, you keep using that term. For those who don't know, what is a dump cake?
Where you pretty much put all the ingredients in at one time.
Yeah.
And then you can mix it up.
Just mix it all up together. Okay.
With the exception of the white chocolate, but we'll get to
Lovely.
that.
We're gonna let you keep going to get to that. We're gonna take a quick break right now. When we come back, we're gonna keep letting the cake man get down to business. We'll see you guys in a little bit for some more Your Hometown Kitchen.
Welcome back to Your Hometown Kitchen, where I scream, Brandon screams, we all scream for cream cheese icing for our blueberry and white chocolate cake that Chef Sockwell is making for us today. But before we get to the icing, tell us what we did during the break with that batter.
Well, as you may have seen, pretty much, like I said, we call it a dump cake. So pretty much put all the ingredients in: the flour, the instant pudding, sour cream, eggs, vegetable, all that together, mixed it up, and then, added the cup of white chocolate. And then instead of mixing with the beater, the blueberries, I dump them in and fold them in. So yep.
Well, while you're putting all that in there, we were talking in between the break right there, and there's a reason why they call this guy the cake man. We were talking about your stats.
Yeah.
How many cakes you would say that you would do during a year, and what would you say that number is?
And it's probably definitely in the thousands when you add cakes and cheesecakes. Cupcakes. So like the order is over. Yeah, it adds up pretty quick.
So that is truly something that you love. Then, what's the feeling that you get? Here you are. Talked about your journey, and now you got your own business. You're doing this. So what's that feeling you get when you're putting a cake together for somebody, and it's going to make that person happy?
Well, A sense of responsibility, but joy as well. You know, especially when it's things like birthday cakes or a wedding cake. So it's always knowing that you're playing a part in their special day.
It's true. People be getting stressed about their birthday cakes. I know that my wife and I were definitely stressed about our cake because I definitely waited maybe a little bit too long to put the order in. Cake man came in clutch. Now, so I got a random, weird, silly question. Mm-hmm. When it's your birthday, who makes your cake?
Well, honestly,
is it you?
I don't.
Probably sick of cake.
Yeah. Like do you, like after you do this all the time, are you just like, man, no, on my birthday, I just want like a cheeseburger.
Oh yeah, that's me. I don't even want to see cake on my birthday. Honestly.
Here we are. We're whipping up this icing here. Look at that. I'm ready to dive into that right now.
Try to get all sides and the corners of it. Scrape it down. Another thing, having it at room temperature, it just makes it easier to mix because I've actually in the past, when like the butter and cream cheese was pretty cold, I've torn up some hand mixers. So it makes it easier less stress on the hand mixer as well.
I feel you. And so about how long do you want to be doing this for?
Let's say probably about a minute and a half. But only doesn't even quite take that long as it's at room temperature.
Love it. Well, we're gonna let you keep getting to work right there. When we come back, it's time to try this cake out. We'll see you guys in a little bit for some more Your Hometown Kitchen. Welcome back to Your Hometown Kitchen, where it's Brandon Dawson, Jared Ledger, and we got the Cake Man here, and woo!
Look at this thing, Brandon.
Boy, let's talk about first what we did during the break. Tell us what we did.
All right, so pretty much was dealing with the cream cheese. So we had, as you saw, we had our butter and our cream cheese, and took some time keeping it at room temperature, mixed it in with 4 cups of powdered sugar, and then once the cake came out of the oven, we took it and, as you saw, as I previously talked about, we had the baking sheet at the bottom, so it made it easier to take it out the pan. As we say, with having white chocolate and blueberries at the bottom, sometimes they can stick, so it made it easier to come out. And so, as we took it out, assembled with 1 layer, and then took, some of the icing out with the knife. And so with this, I decided to go more with a rustic look, and what you see right now is something a little more fancy, but just to make it easier. Sometimes you don't have to do all the fancy, so I take a knife and just do little swivel lines to give it more of a rustic look. And then after placing the first layer down, spread some of the icing on top, and then come back with the second layer, and using the spatula, just dump some hunks of icing and just take your knife and just spread it all around on the sides and the top. And like I say, everything doesn't have to be fancy. Sometimes it's always about the taste and how it looks.
But that nice little touch of jam at the top,
yes,
makes all the difference in the presentation.
Yes.
Brandon, you ready to slice into this?
I am ready to slice into this and try this out. I've been beyond waiting. So, Chef, we'll let you.
What's the right way to cut into a cake right now? Go ahead and show us.
All right, here we go. So pretty much you always want to kind of like get right in the middle, the center.
That's going
It's a
right.
clean
Look at
cut.
that. It's a clean cut right there. Look at that. You can tell it's nice and
And you
soft.
kind of had this cake chilled for a minute, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
And that, Brandon, that always going to give you that nice, clean cut whenever you're cutting into a cake. Keeps that frosting in place.
There we go.
All right, I'm gonna use. Well,
Little-
let's see.
that you-
Knife should be actually fine. All right, who's gonna go first?
Go ahead and give that nice slice to Brandon. Oh, look at that. And Brandon, look on the inside.
At that. Look, we can take a look at that right there from.
Yeah.
Look at the layers. Look
Layers
at the
of
layers.
cream cheese.
Look at that. We got that right there. That is, that is perfection. That is what you want to see. I'm excited. I am excited.
All right, Cake Man.
There's a reason why they call him the Cake Man.
That is a nice sponge.
That is a nice one. Yeah, and let's look at that. Let's turn it around and let's take a look at that. Look at that right there.
Nice streaks of purple going on there too. Brandon, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Here we go. We're
I'm
going
gonna
in.
get here at the top so I can get some of that icing in here.
I'm getting in here. I got a little bit of the blueberry. I
And
got
the
the
jam.
icing. I'm all about the perfect bite. Here we go. Oh man,
That's delightful.
that
is
is
wonderful.
fantastic.
The pudding mix and the cream, sour cream.
Made it moist.
Oh yeah, that preserved it. That's incredible.
I don't even want to talk to y'all right now because I'm over here.
Well, while we're chowing down, where can we follow you? Where can people at home get in touch with you if they want to try out these cakes?
We got 3. So I got I'm on 2 places on the social media. So you can type in Socky Sweets. That's on Facebook, and Socky Sweets on Instagram. And so I'll spell it Socky, just how it sounds, Socky, S-O-C-K-Y-S, then Sweets. And then I actually have a website as well. You can type in Socky Sweets, Google on the internet. Well, you can see it, got my logo right here.
Alright.
So just type in this name right here on Instagram or Facebook or on Google, and you can see my website, place orders, or just see what I'm all about.
Again, we want to thank you very much for coming out here and doing an absolutely fantastic job. And again, thank you again for hooking me up and helping out with my son's birthday. Great time. You guys, check them out. We'll see you guys later for some more Your Hometown Kitchen.